Hey everybody, welcome to Plant-Based Homestead Prepper, where we make prepping fun. In this video, we're going to have a little drive time, and we're going to be talking about some things that you're going to need to do this year in 2020 to make sure you hit your goals and achieve your great dreams.
Hey guys, it's Jennifer Chappelle with Heart Speak Warriors Forum. I hope you're enjoying all of the edutainment that you're getting right here on Plant-Based Homestead Prepper with my honey, Roderick Chappelle. When you're done, pop over to my channel at Heart Speak Warriors Forum, where we will take ordinary people and listen to their extraordinary stories. Hope to see you guys there.
Hi, I'm Christina, where we explore preparing for the last days through Bible prophecy and current news. Now, back to Plant-Based Homestead Prepper.
All right, what's up everybody? Welcome back to Plant-Based Homestead Prepper, where we make prepping fun now. So got a little drive time, wanted to come in. I'm gonna chat with y'all for a minute about just some stuff that's on my mind, you know, and I know this is 2020, okay? Like you didn't know it already. But because this is 2020, a lot of us have certain goals or New Year's resolutions or whatever that you got on your mind that you're trying to accomplish this year. Because of it, I just want to keep it in the forefront of your mind that, you know, things happen because you're consistently doing the activity that's going to get you to your goal, okay? Things happen because you are consistent with doing things that are going to get you to your goal. You know, you're not going to wake up one day and bam, you're going to be 20 pounds lighter. It doesn't happen that way. But, you know, you're doing the right things every single day. You're cutting your calories. You're being more active, getting more water in. You know, bam. Then, you know, you look up 3 weeks from now, you're like, oh, wow. You know, I'm like 7, 8, 10 pounds less than I was 3 weeks ago. You know, you keep doing that, and in 3 months, bam, you've achieved your goal. Same thing with your finances, or with a lot of us, you know, we want to buy a place and have a little small farm or a little homestead or something like that. It's gonna take you doing some things consistently to get you there. Just remember that, okay? And just because you don't see the results that you're looking for, you know, 6 months, 12 months, 18 months, 36 months, does not mean that you're not getting there. Because when you have a huge goal, and a lot of us on this channel, we have a huge goal of one day having our own homestead. All right, or even buying a home. You know, a lot of us, some of us, that's a goal, buying a home. So, you know, what are the steps in buying a home? Well, most of us don't. You know, we don't have a rich uncle, or we're not born with silver spoons in our mouth. We just can't go out and be like, oh, I like this house, bam, I'm gonna pay for it and drop $350,000 on it. Well, for me and Jennifer, or for Jennifer and I, what we've done, you know, it took us literally, it was like an 18, 24 month period of time of us relentlessly being consistent with cleaning up Jennifer's credit, taking every spare dollar that we had, doing things. And if I had known what I known then what I know now, you know, it really wasn't, you know, looking back at it, it wasn't that difficult. We just had to be consistent. And that's what anything that you're doing, you have to be consistent. So our backstory, you know, a lot of you guys know that 8 years ago, we were homeless. I mean, I had a business. It was doing very, very well. I made some bad business decisions. I took all of our life savings and sunk it into this business. And the owner stopped shipping products and stopped sending checks. And we had one of the largest, matter of fact, in the company, we were ranked in the company if it wasn't fourth, it was sixth as far as company total volume. That's how big our portion of business was in this company. And all of a sudden, and we still don't know what happened. We'll never know the truth of what happened. And we still to this day don't understand why he did us, the company, the fields force, the way he did us. Because with our calculations, he had to be making a ton of money every month. And when I say a ton of money, I'm talking about close to like $250,000 a month. We don't understand why in the world you would destroy an operation where you're making that kind of cash. But hey, people do what people do. So from that, we had some time where we were couch hopping or couch surfing. And fortunately, we had some folks that allowed us to sleep on their couch, and even get us to the point where eventually we got our own place, and then we moved from there. We could not stand where we were living. We had moved into a duplex where we were on the bottom, and this girl moved in who had kids. And that's another thing. I tell you, you can do anything for a year. 12 months is not long at all. You can do anything. You can stand on your head for a year if it's going to get you where you're trying to go. So we stayed there for a year. Could not stand it. Didn't like where we lived. Didn't like who we lived under. Because every Sunday back then, I would like to come home and take a nap. Well, that was playtime for her kids, because they was bouncing basketballs above where I was sleeping every single Sunday. So we moved out of there. We moved back to another city, and we stayed there. We actually stayed there 2 years. And what really motivated us to leave there, they kept increasing our rent. So I was like, babe, we got to do something. We can't keep paying this rent out like this, and it's increasing every year. So, we talked about it. We was like, okay, well, this is what we're going to do. And at the time, it was easier and faster for us to get Jennifer credit worthy for a house than it was for both of us to qualify together, or for me to try to qualify with my VA. So we went on this, the first thing was getting Jennifer her license back. I was driving her everywhere. I take her to work, and then I go to work, and then I, leave work, and then I go pick her up from work. And then, and we spent a lot of time together that way. So once I got Jennifer's, once we got Jennifer's license straight, and she had some hefty fines. Once we did that, the next step was to start just knocking out little stuff that was on her credit, which wasn't a whole bunch. It just was a lot of little, like I said, bunch of little stuff that we either had to negotiate or pay off. And most of it at the time we paid it off because we didn't know any better. Now I know how to negotiate and send affidavits and things like that, and get things off of credit that way. So did that, and then we started looking for a house. And we started looking for a house, and we kept looking for a house, and we kept looking for houses. And every time we find a house that we really liked, we'd have our agent to check into it, and either he would not show it to us or it was under contract. Every house. And then the house that we live in right now, I found it online, and I talked to Jennifer, and I think we went by to see it. Probably was a Thursday or Friday, because those were only evenings that that I had free. And we went by there, and every house that up until that point that we would pull up and we like, there'd be something wrong with it or whatever. Lo and behold, we pull up this house. We get out the driveway, go into the backyard, and Tink, which was the only dog that we had at the time, she absolutely fell in love with this house. She started running around this yard like she lived there. And we got the warm and fuzzy feelings about it. And I called the real estate agent who was listing the property, and guess what? House was under contract. Doggone house was under contract, and it broke my heart. But the listing agent told me, she said, hey, it looks like this contract might fall through. I will know for a fact tomorrow. I told her, I was like, look, don't even we haven't, now mind you, we hadn't been inside the house. We had seen pictures inside. We had only gone up to the house, got out the driveway, and walked around to the back and peeked into the windows and loved it. And I let her know, I was like, hey, if this contract falls through, do not list this house. We're going to buy it. So, that's what happened. She called me back the next day. She says, hey, contract fell through. I was like, don't list it. I contacted our agent. I said, hey, we got a house we want to buy. He's like, but I haven't shown it yet. I was like, when can you show it? Because this guy is something else. And that's why he's never gotten a referral from me. And that's the main reason why I will never do business with that company, because I did not like this guy. Okay? But we had signed a contract with him, and we had to buy a house from him, or we had to wait until the contract period was over, which we were not willing to do. So we were stuck with it. Anyway, long story short, we meet him at the house. He unlocks the door. We walk in, immediately fall in love with it. And then he actually showed up like an agent and did some things that good agents should do. He negotiated the contract for us while we were in the house. And about, 40 days later, we closed on it, and we've been there ever since. So I told you guys that, that brief story to let you guys know this. Anything that is a huge goal, and I say a huge goal, I'm talking about like weight loss, buying and purchasing a house, maybe even your huge goal, maybe purchasing an automobile. Do your research. YouTube is a great source of information for you to cover your bases, get more in-depth information, and then when you're ready to pull the trigger, you don't have any of those what I call gotchas. And those gotchas are the things that you didn't know about that come up, and they like come out of nowhere and they mess you up. So that's what you're looking for. You're looking for the fact of no gotchas. So our huge goal now, just so you guys know, because I know when you start speaking things out into the universe, and you start letting people in on your goals, on your dreams, they seem to realize a lot faster, because you have people who are putting that energy toward your goals and your dreams as well. So I'm going to tell you guys, this year, what we're looking at doing, we're looking at purchasing another property. And we're open at this point for an investment property in addition to, or a place to live, move out of where we are, and rent the house that we're in right now currently. And whichever deal comes first, that's what we're going to do it. That's the way we're going to do it. Because when you start speaking to the atmosphere, calling things out, the universe will start putting things together for you. But a lot of times we'll stop our own blessings because they don't show up the way we thought we were going to be blessed. So for example, and I always tell myself, for example, all this time I have been thinking that we would find another house, buy that house, leave the house we're in, move into that house, and then rent the one we're in. And just a few days ago, something hit me and was like, hey, knucklehead, maybe that's not the blessing that is going to happen first. Maybe you're going to find a rental property first and be able to purchase that, bank some more money, and then move into another house. I was like, wow. Up until that point, I wasn't open to that because I was dead set and stuck on something one way. And since that thought came into my head, I have found I have found at least 3 houses, maybe 4, that we could possibly get into right now. And when I say right now, I'm talking about within the next 60, 90 days as investment property. And I was like, wow, why didn't I come up with that sooner than now? Because, hey, it is what it is, you know? So, you know, don't always think that your blessings are going to come a certain way. You know, you're looking for things to happen, and the universe at large could be on a whole nother track. You just have to be open and ready to receive whatever and however it comes to you. Okay? And I don't know who this is for. Maybe it's just for me to reiterate it to myself. Hopefully you guys, you know, are getting something out of this little talk. Hopefully you've gotten something out of it. And after having said all that, just remember that it's a new year. We're still in the first 30 days of this year. And a lot of us, or I'm not going to say a lot of us, some of us have forgotten that we had a fresh start. So this is just a swift kick in the behind to remind you that, hey, 2020 can be your year if you allow it to be your year. All right? So thank you guys as always for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, and we'll see you guys on the next one, okay? All right, thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.
If you haven't subscribed to Plant-Based Homestead Prepper yet, please do that now. After the video, come on by Grim Survival, where I will show you the grim side of survival, including actual footage of how bad the harvest season has been this year.